On this Global Challenges, amphibian alert.
Almost all these frogs will be gone.
Frogs are dying and in rapid numbers. Is it a red flag for mankind? Sea breeze. A land-loving Italian family breathes easier since building a boat and taking to the sea. And Water Watch. The world of wonder underneath the ocean's surface is threatened.
When you don't see the big fish in abundance, it's a cause for worry.
We'll look at efforts to protect what lies beneath. We're here at the Georgia Aquarium, the world's largest. 2 of these amazing beluga whales you see here were actually rescued from an amusement park in Mexico. Their tank was surrounded by a roller coaster. One of them is quite sick, but the hope is he'll do better now in a better environment. But what if you're a person and your environment is making you sick? Where do you go? Well, in one case, you go out to sea. Juliet Linley reports.
It looks much like any other sailing boat anchored among the luxury yachts in the Naples marina, with Mount Vesuvius looming in the background. However, up close it's clear this is no holiday yacht. In fact, it's the residence of the Francisco family, a year-round home on the rolling sea.
Faced with the choice of having a sick boy on land or a healthy boy at sea, I think any parent, if they could, would choose to live at sea.
9-year-old Nikki's parents didn't choose this lifestyle on a whim, but resorted to it because Nikki suffers from severe asthma.
When we lived in the city, Nicky was always ill and constantly having to take medication and be hospitalized. He had asthma crises that from start to finish lasted up to a month, and he missed so much school that he was enormously lonely.
Early on, Nikki's mother realized her son's asthma attacks subsided during seaside holidays, but once back home, he'd relapse. Out of desperation, 3 years ago, she and her husband decided to build a sailboat in their backyard and take Nikki to live at sea.
There were even wild rumors running through the neighborhood that we were preparing for another universal flood, and that as followers of Noah, we were building an ark.
Professor Nicola Dellino studies how the sea affects asthmatic children. He visits Nicky regularly on board the Valkyrie.
If he hadn't come to live at sea, he'd be like many kids who have chronic, irreversible, acute asthma that grow up to be sick adults. His quality of life would be extremely low, and his education severely hampered.
Dr. Dellino says the temperature and moisture of the sea stop the child's lungs from going into the kind of bronchial spasms so common in cold, polluted cities. He says that Nikki's mother now rarely has to resort to cortisone or the other strong medicines she used to use regularly. And since Nikki moved to the sea, he's become healthier, stronger, and happier.
On a glorious day like this, the lifestyle of the Francisco family can seem almost idyllic. But it's no ordinary life for a 9-year-old boy, which is why Nikki's parents have done everything they can to ensure their 26-meter sailboat has all the technology necessary, including this $70,000 satellite antenna, to give their son as regular a lifestyle as possible.
Donated by a telecom company, it has made the Valkyrie a floating classroom. The kind of technology on board is usually only found on large boats like ferries or cruise liners. It's Monday morning and Nikki's off to school, but he and his oversized school bag get no further than this. His classroom is right here below deck, while his teacher Sandra is hundreds of miles away at a school in Sicily linked by satellite. The setup makes Nikki the first child in Italy to be in full-time education via video conferencing. But Nikki is more interested in showing off his gaming skills during the mid-morning snack break than in his role as a pioneer pupil.
I like break time the best, so that I can play with my friends.
Nicky tells me the only thing he really misses is not being able to kiss his girlfriend Bianca in class. But he does see Bianca every few months when the family sets sail for Nicky's school in Sicily so he can attend class in person. That school wasn't easy to find. It had to be carefully selected by the Education Ministry in Rome.
It was necessary to select very carefully the school because the school will be open at innovation, not only provided with internet, with satellite, but with an open mind for innovation.
With the success of the floating classroom project, officials plan to expand it to other remote parts of Italy. And to help the family continue their success, authorities have even started helping them out whenever they can.
Sometimes we'd arrive in ports and we wouldn't have enough money to pay the high port fees, but the authorities helped us and allowed us to drop anchor free of charge.
Paolo and Paola spend winters working odd jobs and summers offering sailing trips to paying guests. Living off less than $12,000 a year, Paola says, is tough. But their quality of life, she insists, is priceless. Nicky's mom knows she and Paolo have given their sick child a new lease on life. Doctors tell them Nicky's asthma should clear up once he reaches adolescence, meaning the family's return to life on land is in sight. Juliet Linley, CNN Global Challenges, Naples, Italy.